All right. And we are live. What's up, people? What up? How's it going? We got some fantasy football. I know I'm a little late here, about an hour late. Not a really. I was doing other stuff, to be honest with you. I was in the process of making a video that will be out tonight. So that video will be out tonight. It's going to be trade targets. Mainly just focusing on running backs for this video, though. I'm going to make another one. I was just, we live, boys. What's up, Ozai? I was just about to ask you to stream. Feel good about McKissick this week? I do feel good about McKissick this week. Yes. Hey, Tyler. What up? Landy? Hawkinson or Fant this week? For me, Hawkinson. Going Hawkinson. And what up, Florida Gator? Pelton, start 3. We got Jamar Chase, Ridley, Cooks, Sterling, Shepard. So I would go with the top 3. I would go with Jamar Chase, Ridley, Cooks. What's up, man? Helping me win my league. Hey, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you win your league. That's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. I need to get all these, I need to get these rankings pulled up real quick, all of them. I'm going to update my rankings. I already have them done and everything. I need to update my rankings, though, for upload them to... What the heck is going on? I won't let me pull this stuff up. There we go. Need to put them in Discord chat. So all the members... Oh, and I redid my... I redid the tiers. Become a member and everything. I redid all that, so... Yeah. Gotta get this last one pulled up. Wide receiver ranking. Alright, we're good. Alright, we're good. Which top 5 running backs this week? Let me see. My top 5 running backs this week are Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Darrell Henderson, and Deandre Swift. Pick one. Booker, Mitchell, Bateman, Khalil Herbert, Nathan Peterman. Nathan Peterman. No, I would go with Elijah Mitchell. Thoughts on Ricky Seals-Jones? I like Ricky Seals-Jones this week. I mean, tight end's brutal. This whole week is horrible. Mixon or Swift? For me, I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. Do I trade D-Hop? I would keep him, honestly. How do we feel about Michael Carter this week? He's actually going to be in my video. I mean, this week, it's all right because this week is the running back position is so ugly this week. So I do think that he's a solid play this week. Zach Ertz or Rashad Bateman? I would go with Rashad Bateman. Pick 2, Elijah Mitchell, Robert Woods, Darrell Williams, or Dearness Johnson. So I would go with Elijah Mitchell and Darrell Williams. Should I trade Gibson for Edmonds? I would want Edmonds, yes. Should I drop Damian Harris for Dearness Johnson? Absolutely not, no. Knox is a big loss for me. Yeah, Knox breaking his hand definitely sucks. Should I stick with the Cowboys D? Well... They're on bye week this week, though. Who should I target for CEH and Devonte Smith? It's really hard for me to say, but it's hard to say, especially with the CEH injury. Marquez Callaway or AJ Green? For me, AJ Green. Actually, I would go probably with Marquez Callaway. Now that Michael Thomas isn't going to be ready yet. How do you feel about Mixon this week? He plays Baltimore. I mean, with how bad running back is this week, he's still a top tier play for me. I wouldn't say top tier, but still, I believe I have him inside my top 10. I don't know what that was, to be honest with you. Where do I have him ranked? Yeah, he's still inside the top 10. Crazy, I got Kamara, Swift, and Henny this week. Hey, in one of my leagues, I have a really good team. Well, my running back situation is beautiful. One of my leagues, this is a 12-team league because this came out right after, you had Darrell Henderson get hurt and Sony Michel got traded in the summer. So I have Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, and Darrell Henderson. Those are my 4 running backs. Beautiful, and it's full point PPR league. So once again, not that many people were big on DeAndre Swift. I have him literally in every single league. Not even kidding. Also, better late than never. Happy you got time to stream, man. Yeah, I'll be going live tonight as well. I need to make my video. Need to finalize my video. I'm going to have a buy low video tonight for the running back position. Lamar or Allen. For me, I'm going with Lamar. Allen doesn't play this week. No, he does play this week. No, they're on bye week. They're on a bye. Ertz or Schultz? Well, Ertz because Schultz is on bye, unless you're saying season long. I would go with Schultz. 1-5 in a 16-team league. Would you trade CMC, Sermon, and Julio for Jacobs, Gaskin, Calvin Ridley, and St. Brown? This group will join. I understand what you're saying because you need to win now. I probably would do that, yes. 3 of my 4 running backs are on IR. Zeke is on bye. What should I do? It's brutal. Just play whatever you can this week. It's the bye-pocalypse. It is. And it's also the IR-pocalypse. You think Latavius Murray or Ayuk this week? I don't think Latavius Murray is going to play this week. I could also scoop up Hunter Renfrow. I'd rather go with Hunter Renfrow. I really don't think Latavius Murray is going to play. Should I trade Hurts and Jamar for Stafford and Diggs? I would do that, yeah. Should I trade or should I start Mike Davis or Sterling Shepard in my flex? For me, Mike Davis. Do I trade Miles Sanders and DJ Moore for Hollywood and Fournette? And Emmanuel Sanders? Yeah, I would do that. I would do that trade. Thoughts on Cardinals D this week? I like Cardinals defense this week. There's a top 10 defense for me. Gibson and Jamar for Najee and Miles Sanders. Which side wins? For me, Najee side. Dearness Johnson or Chase Edmonds? Chase Edmonds. Javonte Williams or Felton? Javonte Williams. Pick 2, we got Metcalf, Sutton, Darrell Williams, Higgins, Elijah Mitchell. For me, I would go with Darrell Williams, and I would honestly go with Elijah Mitchell. Should I trade CMC and A.J. Brown for Kamara and Godwin? If you're in a situation where you need to win now, yes. How do you feel about Dearness Johnson? Don't really like him a whole lot, but he's going to be a volume-based kind of guy. Volume-based, lower-end RB2 this week. Elijah Mitchell over Robert Woods at flex, yes. I like Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell is the guy to have, and you'll see I'm going to have a video coming out soon, tonight. Should I start Mike Davis or Sterling Shepard? Mike Davis. Should I try to pick up Devontae Freeman? If you need someone to play, yeah, I really don't think Latavius Murray is going to play this week. Gerald Everett, Uzomah, or Tunyon? Let me see. I probably have Tunyon still higher. He's probably... Yeah, I still have Robert Tunyon. Do you bet at all too, or just fantasy? I do bets, yeah. I do betting. DFS, player props, stuff like that. And if you want to do some betting, hey, good plug here. Good segue into this little plug. If you want to do some betting, BetUS, you can check it. You'll see stream elements. They'll talk about it. Also, down in the description, you can click on BetUS. Sign up today. You have to deposit $50. You get a $125 deposit match bonus if you're a new member. If it's your first time signing up, go over to BetUS. They have a sports book, casino, everything over there. So BetUS, sign up today. Also, quick little plug here. There's 26 people in chat, but make sure you hit that like button. There's only 1 like, so smash that like button for me. Let's get up to 10 likes at least. And if you're over on TikTok right now, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. You'll get your questions answered over on YouTube, so come on over. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to the link tree. The link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel, so come on over. All right. I'm in a league where I have Russ. Been streaming quarterbacks since then. Should I trade Gibson for Dak? I have Kamara, Robinson, and Hendy. Yeah, I would do that. Ozai, I would do that. Somebody in my league dropped Claypool. Should I pick him up? Absolutely. Jacoby Myers or Bateman this week? For me, I like Jacoby Myers. Ronald Moore or Bateman this week? Bateman. Darrell Williams or Elijah Mitchell? Darrell Williams. Hit the likes, jerks. Hey, yeah. Hey, up to 12 likes already. There we go. Should I trade Cordell and Julio for Saquon and Brandon Cooks? Absolutely, I would do that. Jacoby Myers or Bateman this week? Jacoby Myers. All right. And if I skip past your question, just feel free to ask it again. I went down to the bottom to get caught up a little bit. So if I didn't answer your question, please feel free. Ask that question again. Should I trade Melvin Gordon and Allen Robinson for Miles Sanders, or is that too much? Melvin Gordon and Allen Robinson? No, I don't think that's too much. I would do that. Zeke and Keenan for Robinson and Hill. If that's James Robinson, I would probably do that, yes. Dearness Johnson or J.D. McKissick? J.D. McKissick for me. As long as it's PPR. If it's not PPR, then Dearness Johnson. You like Matt Ryan or Sam Darnold? It's probably going to be Sam Darnold, I'd imagine. Sam Darnold's 1 spot ahead of Matt Ryan, so yeah. Very close. Do I start is that Stevenson, or pick up a receiver off waiver and play them? Who's available, Caleb? Is Cooper still good to go? Have with Gallup coming back? Yeah, I think so. I think Gallup is going to be a good pickup, though. If he's available, I'd throw him on my IR spot. Javonte Williams or AJ Green? Javonte Williams. Thoughts on DK and Terry this week? I really don't like DK a whole lot. Terry, I mean, I'm firing him up, and if you have to, fire up DK. Like, I'm not getting too cute, but really, I don't like Geno Smith. You still like Elijah Mitchell to go off, even though, yes, it's not so much go off. I like him. I think he's going to get volume, especially if Jimmy G is the quarterback there. I still like his role in this offense. Any ideas of what to give up for Kamara? I have Cook, Najee, Henderson, and Mixon. Why would you even want to get Kamara if you got those guys? I would do Mixon and somebody else. Should we really try to trade for Miles Sanders? I honestly, okay, there's going to be a video coming out tonight. I'm going to be coming out with a video. In the video, I do talk about Miles Sanders. So make sure you check out the video. I do think that there's some key things right now going on with Miles Sanders that it's going to start evening itself out. He's going to start scoring some fantasy points. So, little teaser. All right, make sure you check it out. I just got offered T. Higgins for Michael Carter. Should I do it? I'd probably keep T. Higgins. Yeah, I think that's really close. Unless you're absolutely desperate for a running back. Michael Carter might also be in the video, too. Kirk or Renfro? For me, I would go with Kirk. Metcalf, Sutton, or Higgins? Metcalf, Sutton, or Higgins? I need to check that. I would go Courtland Sutton, I believe. Here's my wide receiver rankings. Yes, I would go with Courtland Sutton. Desperate flex. Kendrick Bourne or Marquez Callaway? Marquez Callaway for me. Will Locket heat up? Probably not with Geno, to be honest with you. It's probably like Lockett's probably going to fall outside the top 30 range with Geno Smith at the quarterback position. It's really, you're going to have to wait till Russ comes back. I've seen a lot of creators saying trade D-Hop. Should I? I really wouldn't. I mean, if you can get a good trade for him, I mean, go for it. But I really don't think that you could get a good trade for him just because that's what everybody's thinking right now. Like, they're thinking trade DeAndre Hopkins. So I just don't think that you're going to be able to get a solid return for DeAndre Hopkins. I'm 3-3. You think I can make playoffs? Absolutely, yes. All you got to do is be around 500. Keep chugging. Keep getting around 500. Really, 500 is the record that you want to be around all season. If you can get to 500, stay around 500, yeah, absolutely you can get there. Were you shocked with the Ravens winning? Also, we're 2-2, man. Yes, I told you. I called it. I told you. Arizona was going to beat Cleveland. Was I shocked with the Ravens winning? No, I wasn't really shocked. I thought that they would win, to be honest with you. No, yeah. I think that Cleveland, this game's going to be really terrible Thursday night. I think Cleveland might lose again. Should I do Cole Beasley for Miles Sanders? That I would do if I'm getting Miles Sanders. Why did you retract your message? I don't know. Should I get rid of Diggs? Do you think his production will go up? I have Devonte and Kupp. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I would definitely keep him. Who should I try to get? Javonte and Melvin Gordon off my hands since all they do is share touches. I mean, I would try to get Melvin Gordon, but I don't think anybody's really going to want to take him. Is McKissick a viable option for the flex? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes, he's viable this week. Hollywood Brown for Michael Thomas? I probably wouldn't do that. Should I trade Chubb for Mike Williams? Chubb for Mike Williams. Yeah, I would do that. Should I trade Ertz, Gibson, and Keenan for Tannehill, Jacobs, and Devontae? Yeah, I would do that. Do I start Sutton, McKissick, Devontae Smith, or Shepard at flex? Do I start Sutton, Mixon? I would go with Sutton. I have the highest. Javonte Williams or Miles Sanders? For me, Miles Sanders. Someone dropped Javonte Williams. Should I pick him up? Absolutely pick him up. Renfro, Jamal Williams, Michael Carter, Kirk, and Crowder. Pick 2. So I would go with Renfro, and I would go with honestly, I would go with Christian Kirk. No, I would go with Michael Carter. So I would go with Renfro and Michael Carter. Patterson at RB right now, and Devonte at wide receiver. Khalil Herbert on the bench. Do I keep him or put Herbert in? No, I would keep it. I would keep it as is. I wouldn't put Herbert in. Should I drop Zach Moss for J.D. McKissick? No, I wouldn't do that. The running backs available are Kirk, Parker, Moore, Anderson, Hardman, Callaway, AJ Green, Mooney, St. Brown. So that's going back to, what was the question again, Caleb? What was Caleb's question? Okay, so what? So you're starting Stevenson? Is that who you're starting? Or like out of all those guys, I would want Devontae Parker is out of all of those guys. I have 18 teams, but I get good trades off that Tyler says to do. Hey, yeah, there we go. He knows what's up. Should I start Kamara or Miles? Yeah, no, start Kamara. He almost got me. You got to be quicker than that. Trade Mixon plus Claypool for Jonathan Taylor. No, I wouldn't do that. Is Chubb's a good trade target right now? Yeah, like Nick Chubb, yeah. Pick up Moss or Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell for me. What can I get for Waller? I mean, you could probably get a decent amount for Waller. Like it's really hard for me to say who exactly, but I would try to just keep him. Tannehill or Carr? For me, Carr this week. What two should I start? We got Michael Carter, Ramondre Stevenson, Chase Edmonds, or Alex Collins. So I would go with Chase Edmonds, and then I would go with Alex Collins as long as he plays. Would you drop Tyson Williams for Nico Collins in Dynasty? Yeah, I probably would do that. Yeah. I just don't. I don't know. That one's tough because Nico Collins probably going to have a longer career. I think that there's more of a chance that he has. Yeah, I would just do that because like Tyson Williams, it's been disappointing. Trade DJ Moore for Saquon. Yeah, I would do that. Full point PPR, pick 2. We got A-Rob, Callaway, Devonte Smith, or Javonte. Hey, from Ireland. Oh, Ireland. What's up? So pick 2. I would go with Devonte Smith and Javonte Williams. Those are the 2 I would go. Do I trade Diggs, Gibson, and Smith for Taylor, Ridley, and Judy? Yes, I would do that. CMC and Cup for Swift, Ridley, and DJ? Ooh. I might do that. That's really, really close. I probably would do that, honestly. Allen Robinson or Elijah Mitchell start Gibson or McKissick at flex. I mean, right now, like if Gibson goes, I would probably still play him, but it'd be really close. What does Dynasty mean? I see that all the time. So Dynasty is a league. It's a setting, basically. Instead of like redraft, how we draft every single year, like the same players. Dynasty is where you draft one time, and then you have those players for like as long as your league goes for years. And then you draft like incoming rookies and free agents every single year. So that's what Dynasty is. So it's more of like you're drafting one time of all the same players, and then you're continuing on your league for forever, really, forever. Start Michael Carter or McKissick? I would go with McKissick. Should I be scared about DJ Moore? These are at least 2 weeks. It's been a little disappointing. No, because Sam Darnold was just disappointing. This offensive line is not very good. There will be better days ahead. Should I, let me see, start Hurts or Carr this week? Hurts. What should I do with Hunt? I mean, just put him on IR right now is all you can do, unless you need to drop like him for somebody, but I wouldn't drop him unless you absolutely need to. Drop Bateman or drop Bateman for Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Tyler Boyd, or Gallup, or keep Bateman. I would drop him for Marvin Jones, personally. I would do that. T. Higgins or Michael Carter rest of the season. For me, I would still go with T. Higgins. Should I trade Gibson and Judy for Sanders? No, I wouldn't do that. Callaway or Dearness? I would go with, if it's PPR, I'd probably still go Callaway. If it's standard, I'd go Dearness. Who should I pick up, or who should I drop for right now? Knox or Bateman, so I can pick up Javonte Williams? I would drop Knox. I don't think that Knox is going to play for a little bit. Someone offered me Chris Carson, Myles Gaskin, and Kadarius Toney for Deandre Swift. I really need wide receivers. My other running backs are Joe Mixon, Darrell Henderson, and Saquon when he gets back. I just think that you could get something better than that. Like, I really wouldn't want those guys. Mecole Hardman or Fant this week? Fant. Should I trade Hunt for Miles Sanders? A lot of people are saying Sanders is going to get it going. Yeah, absolutely, I would do that. Watson in Miami? We'll see. I just don't see any team investing a lot of picks unless it's actually happen. But I just don't see a lot of teams investing picks in Deshaun right now. What is that, Devonte or Myers? I would go with Devonte. What about picking up Hardman if Tyreek doesn't play? He's already not practicing. Yeah, I mean, I would do that, but I would wait until Tyreek doesn't actually play. Should I trade Mixon for Michael Thomas? No, I wouldn't. In my league, they have seedings where you can't claim a player someone dropped until next claims. Is that dumb? Yeah, so you're saying you have to wait until next week basically to try to pick up a player? Is that what you're saying? Brandon Cooks or Tyler Lockett rest of the season? Right now, I'd want Brandon Cooks personally. Gibson probably going to play this week. Yeah, Gibson's probably going to go on IR soon. I'm telling you, he's probably going to go on IR, MP. Do I drop Tim Patrick for Felton? No, I would just play Tim Patrick. Pittman or Miles Sanders rest of the season? That's close. I'd go with Miles Sanders just because I'm a running back guy. Gaskin and Carson are on waivers. Do I pick them up? I would pick up Gaskin. I wouldn't touch Carson right now. Would you rather Fant or Ertz rest of the season? Fant for me. Mike Davis, Gaskin, pick one. Mike Davis. Should I trade Zeke for Henderson and Ridley? I would probably do that, yes. Trade Devontae, Gibson, and Justin Herbert for Taylor, Keenan, and A.J. Brown? Yeah, I would do that trade. Should I trade Waddle and Booker for Tony? No, I wouldn't do that. Who should I go after with Keenan Allen? I mean, it's really hard for me to say, but I just don't think that Keenan Allen's very valuable right now. Is it smart for me to start Miles Sanders over Mixon? I have a feeling Sanders going to go off. I would go Mixon, but hey, Uzi, you do you, okay? You do you. And what's up, Uzi? Who do you think Marlon Mack gets traded to? I don't really know. And personally, I just don't see him having much value if he gets traded. I don't know what team he could go to that would be wow, I really need Marlon Mack. I was looking at a lot. I guess, maybe if something happens with Antonio Gibson where he actually gets shut down. But I don't know. Is Gronk going to play? I'm not quite sure. We'll know. I think tomorrow will be the best indicator on whether or not he's going to play. Yeah, so if someone claims somebody, that person they drop is the player you can't claim until next claim day on the 27th. That is pretty stupid. I don't like that. I mean, obviously, if they claim somebody and then they drop somebody, they should go on a waiver period. But that waiver period, I changed it in one of my leagues to a day. I think a solid day, that person, everybody in the league has the same. If you don't check it in a day, well, hey, I'm sorry, but you don't deserve it, okay? I know that not everybody lives on fantasy football, but a day's good enough time to just go on there, check what's going on, check the activity real quick, and then log back off. It literally takes 2 seconds of your time. Let's see. JD or Stevenson? JD. Should I try to trade for a quarterback? My quarterback is Tannehill. Who is on waivers right now? Who's a free agent? Should I trade Booker for Kirk? I would do that. Cooks and D-Hop for Najee. I would do that, yes. Play Cobb or Peoples-Jones and flex PPR. I probably just roll the dice on Cobb, to be honest with you. What to expect from Brandon Ayuk in Week 7 versus the Colts? Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. I'm able to pick up Claypool, but who should I drop? We have Judy's in IR, Landry, Marvin Jones, Kadarius Toney, Gronk, Stevenson, and Collins. I would just drop Stevenson. I would drop Toney or Stevenson. I'd probably drop Toney. Should I trade DK and Terry for Darrell Williams, Michael Pittman, Michael Carter, and CEH? I might do that. If you need a win now, yes. Much love from Arizona. Yo, what's up, Julio from Arizona? And real quick, Real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Appreciate it. Also, if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is go to my profile, go to Linktree. The Linktree will take you over to my YouTube channel. Come on over. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All right. Cook and D-Hop for Najee. Yes. Cooks and D-Hop. Yes, I would. Is Hubbard a decent start this week? Yeah, I would fire him up. Should I trade for Hubbard or JD? My running backs are CMC and Hunt. I would try to trade for JD. I think he has more long-term value. I can't get Javonte Williams until 27th off of waivers. Man, that's dumb. That's dumb. AJ Brown or Ridley rest of the season? Ridley. Who should I go after with Hawkinson? I would just keep Hawkinson. Should I try to trade away Kittle for Ridley and Fant? Or no, should I try to trade away Kelsey for Ridley? No, I wouldn't do that. Jimmy G, Lance, Winston, Mills. Okay, so that's pretty rough. Honestly, though, I would probably go with... so you said Tannehill, right? I would just roll with Tannehill. Unless Lance plays this week, I would play Lance. Should I trade Saquon for Henderson? I would want Henderson, yeah. AJ Brown or Ridley rest of the season? I would go with Ridley. Or no, yes, I would go with Ridley. What to expect from Elijah Mitchell? Hey, I expect good things out of him this week. It's going to be a tougher matchup, but also considering that running back is absolutely brutal this week, I would still fire him up. How do you feel about Amari Cooper? I like Amari Cooper. I know that it hasn't been the best for Amari Cooper, but this team's going to lead the league in passing probably. So fire him up. Jamar, Ridley, Hollywood Brown, or Brandon Cooks? For me, Jamar. Should I trade Zeke for Henderson and Ridley? Yes, I would do that. Trade Cordell Patterson, Waller, and Justin Herbert for Najee, Kelsey, and A.J. Brown? Absolutely, I would do that. What are some players you should trade for? I'm going to have a video coming out tonight, but some guys I would definitely be trading for. Elijah Mitchell. I would trade for Leonard Fournette right now. Like, you're paying up for Leonard Fournette, but I don't think that people truly value Leonard Fournette correctly right now. J.D. McKissick or Damian Harris? I would go Damian Harris. Do you think that Schultz and Cooper will fall with Gallup coming back? No, I don't think so. I think that it'll go down a little bit, but I think Gallup just adds another dimension to this passing offense, to be honest with you. It makes it even better than what it already is. Is Keenan Allen and AJ, like, obviously it's going to go down a little bit for everybody, but at the same time, like this passing offense can definitely support multiple guys in this passing offense. Corey Davis or who's that? Marvin Jones or who's that? JD McKissick? JD McKissick. Lenny, Patterson, Mixon, pick two. Mixon and Lenny for me. Antonio Brown or Jamar? Should I trade Diggs? Should I trade Saquon for Diggs? Yes. Sit Gibson? I would sit Gibson personally. Hubbard, Sutton, or Javonte Williams this week? I would go with Hubbard. Should I trade for Claypool this week or after his bye? I would try to trade right now. His value is lowered right now, so I would try to get him now. Thoughts on D. Felton better than Johnson this week? No, I'd rather play Johnson personally. Starting this week, Sticky Gesicki or Hawkinson. I would still go with Hawkinson personally. Booker or Dearness Johnson this week? I would go with Booker as long as Saquon doesn't play. Gallup or Claypool? Claypool for me. Dearness Johnson or Chase Edmonds in my flex? Chase Edmonds. Think OBJ can be good with the Case Keenum starting? I don't feel great about it, to be honest with you, and he's banged up himself. Would you trade Fant and Mooney for Goddard in a third-round pick? Is that too much? Would you trade Fant and Mooney for Goddard in a third-round pick? So, Iron, I'm assuming you're getting Goddard, right? If I'm getting Goddard, I would do that trade. Tyler, do you think the Bills should have kicked a field goal? No, I don't think so. I think that you go for it there. Honestly, I think, you got Josh Allen. I don't like when teams play to tie the game. Like, I think that you're down there, you just close it out. You're down there, you close out the deal. I think that they should have gone for it. It's unfortunate that they didn't get it. But, I mean, with Josh Allen, you think that you would get it. So it is what it is. Freeman or Bell from the Ravens offense this week? Freeman for me. Mixon and Emmanuel Sanders for Jonathan Taylor. I would honestly keep Mixon. Start Allen Robinson. I mean, it depends on who you got. Brady would have gotten that QB sneak. He probably would have. Brady's the GOAT when it comes to those QB sneaks. I mean, he's just the GOAT in general. Should I worry about Terry McLaurin this week since he didn't practice? No. Guys, don't even pay attention to the injury report yet. Tomorrow's the biggest day for the injury report. We'll like pay attention to that now for like Cleveland and like tomorrow for that game. Obviously, like you're gonna start to have guys just start being ruled out, be questionable. But tomorrow is the big day for your regular season, and I'll keep you updated. I'll be going live tomorrow as well. I'll be going live later tonight as well too. So tomorrow's gonna be the big day for injury and everything. Yep, I would get that Goddard in the pick. I would get Goddard in the pick. Devonte, like if you're asking if you should send it, I mean, I would just full send it, see what happens. I think that Goddard can be good for a while. Devonte and Gibson for Taylor. And not saying Noah Fant can't be good for a while either, but I'd rather have Goddard just because you have Devonte Smith there. But it's just Devonte Smith, really. I don't really like Jalen Reagor. I don't think there's much in that offense. But out in Denver, you have Javonte Williams going to be good. Jerry Jeudy's going to be good for a long time. Cortland Sutton's going to be good for a while. So there's just more mouths to feed in that offense. Fant or Goddard? For this week, I believe I have Goddard. If he's playing. I want to say Goddard, though. Yeah, I have Goddard higher. Goddard. Think the Bengals are actually good. Maybe even make the playoffs. Crazy how Jamar Chase says. We'll see this week. I think this week is going to be very telling for the Bengals. We'll see how good they are. This is a good matchup. I'm excited to watch that game. Is Goddard going to play, you think? I hope so. I mean, it's really hard to say. Like, I'm assuming he just needs to pass the COVID negative test, get negative test. So we'll see. Help them improve this much. Oh yeah, Chase has been really solid. Who should I play at flex? Rashad Bateman, T.Y. Hilton. For me, Rashad Bateman. Sit one, Hubbard, Gibson, Jacobs. Honestly, I would sit Gibson. If we'll have to see later in the week. Ask me that later in the week, but I really don't feel good about Gibson right now. Should I trade Gibson and Jacoby for Robinson? Yes, I would do that. Should I be trading Gibson and Pitts right now? I would be trading away Gibson personally. Keenan and Taylor, or Devonte and Gibson. I would honestly go with, that one's tough. I'd probably still go with Devonte just because he's the best player in the trade. I might go with Taylor. I'd probably go with the Taylor side though. Is Keenan Allen, AJ Brown, or AJ Green for Deontay a fair trade one-sided? No, I think that's decent. I would want the Deontay side. Jameis or Stafford this week? Stafford. Should I trade Corey Davis for J.D. McKissick? I would want J.D. McKissick, honestly. Goddard or Pitts? What do I do with Danny? I think Danny Dimes going to bounce back this week. And me personally, I would go with Pitts. Any confidence in Callaway against Seattle? Yes, I like him this week. Michael Thomas doesn't look like he's going to be back. I'm going to restart the TikTok stream. Is it smart to start both Chase and Mixon? Yeah, I think that's fine. I wouldn't really be worried about it. Flex. Half-point PPR, 2 flex. Who would you trade? Deontay or Damian Harris for plus Collins for Pitts? I'm pretty deep at running back. Schultz on buyer. Should I just stream? Who are the options that you have available, Andres, to stream? Who do you have available? I'm gonna restart I didn't actually exit out of the TikTok stream. All right, now we're gonna go live again over on TikTok. Gotta get it up and going. All right. Should I trade Kelsey for Hawkinson and Chubb in PPR? I would do that, yeah. What are your top 5 tight ends on your list this week? My top 5 tight ends are Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson, Mark Andrews, and Kyle Pitts. Not Gronk. Mike Gesicki's a very close 6. Metcalf or Lockett this week? I would just go with Metcalf. Start 2, Fournette, Williams, Robinson. So I would go with Fournette and James Robinson's on bye. Yeah. So I would go with Fournette and Williams. Elijah Mitchell, Dearness Johnson, Elijah Mitchell, Keenan and Waller for Jefferson and Gronk. Yes, I would do that. Yo, what up, Saklan? What up? What up? Hire AB or Waller or Jacoby this week. AB. Mike Davis, A-Rob, Julio, or Booker. Mike Davis. Hold or sell Antonio Brown and for who? I would try to sell. Now, it's hard for me to say who exactly, but like go out and see if maybe the guy that has Chase Edmonds would give him up or like another piece. But would you drop Allen Robinson for Tony or keep Allen Robinson the fantasy bench warmer? Personally, I would just keep Allen Robinson. I wouldn't drop him for Tony. Like with these guys coming back for New York, I just don't like Tony as much. Sterling Shepard had like 14 targets this past week. I know that Tony didn't play, but still, I just think that Sterling Shepard's the guy that you want in that offense. Should I pick up Mooney and start him and cut DJ Moore or AJ Dillon? No, I would rather just play AJ Dillon. Pittman or Myers? For me, I would go Pittman. Receivers are Diggs, Kupp, and AJ Brown. Should I trade Mixon or trade Taylor for Mixon and Sanders? Yeah, I would do that. I would do that trade, yes. I was going to pick up Hawkinson, but he plays the Rams, so I don't know if I should do good, but I trust you. Yeah, I would absolutely get Hawkinson. So I put $9 fab on Cardinals defense, and someone else in my league put 8. Oh, ooh, oh boy. Wait, they won the bid even though you had 9 fab bucks? That's messed up, Saklan. My dog's barking. Elijah Mitchell or Sutton? For me, I would go with Elijah Mitchell. Should I trade Gibson and Chuba for Cooks and Sanders? Gibson and Chuba for Cooks and... Yeah, I would want Cooks and Sanders. Pittman or Shepard? For me, I would go with Shepard. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. I gotta go see why my dog's barking. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right. All right. So where did I leave off? Elijah Mitchell. No, I got that one right. Michael Ryan, Elijah Mitchell or Sutton. I would go with Elijah Mitchell. Smash that like button. Yeah, smash that like button if you haven't already. Smash that like button. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. If you're over on YouTube, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to the Linktree. Linktree will take you over to my YouTube channel. Come on over. You have a much better chance of getting your questions answered over there. Get your questions answered over here. So come on over, click on my profile, go to Linktree, take you to the YouTube channel. All right. And if you haven't already, if I'm not answering your questions, believe me, I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can. You'll see Michael Ryan, Saklan, their name's Ozai. They have green names. They get priority in chat. They're channel members. All you got to do is look at Stream Elements. They have it right there. I see it. There's a link that you can click. It's down in the description as well. Click the link. It'll take you to the different tiers that you can unlock to become a member. And the main thing for becoming a member is you get priority in chat. Priority in chat, you 100% get your questions answered if you're a member. There's different tiers. You unlock different things. Also, super chats are available as well. That's how you get your questions answered 100%. All right, so let's get back to it. Mitchell or James Conner? I would go with Mitchell. Javonte or Elijah Mitchell? Elijah Mitchell. When CEH is healthy, is he the backup now? No, but I do think that you're going to see Darrell Williams definitely playing a lot more. Elijah Mitchell, Miles Sanders, McKissick, Ernest Johnson, or Devonte Smith? Just one? I would go with Elijah Mitchell. AJ Green or Jay Crowder? I would go with That's Jamison Crowder. AJ Green for me. Robinson or Shepard, non-PPR, need a flex. I would go with Shepard. How do I do this dynasty trade? Or how did I do this dynasty trade? I gave T. Higgins and a second-round pick for Miles Sanders and AJ Green. I think that's all right. I slept outside in the freezing cold because my wife picked a Spire Sports live stream or a movie with her. So, yeah. You picked a Spire Sports live stream? Hey, that's what's up, clan. That's what's up. Waddle, Cousins, and Moss for Harris and Drake. I get Harris and Drake. I guess. I don't feel great about unless it's like Najee Harris, then absolutely, 100%. If that's Damian Harris, I mean, it's kind of like meh. Myers or Bateman at flex. For me, I would go with Myers. Should I trade away DK and Terry for Swift? I think that's a lot, to be honest with you. I would aim for like just get like a bench player as well from their team. Somebody that's not like super high, but you can maybe fill in a bye week. Who should I try to get for Cortland Sutton? I mean, it's really hard for me to say. I would just keep Cortland Sutton personally. So I picked up Penny and I have Collins. My two running backs are Mixon and Hubbard. I moved Michael Carter into my flex and put Collins on the bench. Did I make the correct move? So, yeah, what I would do is if Alex Collins plays this week, though, I would probably play him over Michael Carter. Chances are we should have a pretty good idea when it comes to Sunday. But if it's still pretty iffy, what I would do is I would probably still just go with Alex Collins because you have Rashad Penny. So then if Alex Collins doesn't go, like just fire up Rashad Penny. I like Michael Carter this week. I would probably just play Michael Carter. That's really tough. Ask me the day of. Probably what I would do, though, is I would probably wait for Alex Collins, and if he plays, I would play. I think he's going to play this week, though. Uzama or Ingram? I have Ingram higher. Is Uzama worth it? Not really. I mean, tight end's just hideous, so if you need somebody with a pulse, absolutely. I think that he's a top 20 tight end this week, but that's not saying a whole lot. Pick up Jamal Williams and cut A.J. Dillon. No, I would rather have A.J. Dillon. Julio or Cordell Patterson? Cordell. For me. Should I trade Gibson and Thielen for Henderson? Yes, I would do that. Apparently, Watson is closer to be traded in Miami this week. It could happen. Do you pick him up? What? I need to look up this. I need to look this up. I will do more research on that. But I mean, if you have somebody that you can just drop, then go for it. Well, let me see here. Let me see if I see any notifications. I don't have any notifications, do I? No. All right. Will AB play? Well, tomorrow is going to be really telling. The reason why Collins is on my bench right now is because the Seahawks are Monday Night Football and Carter is on my Sunday 10 a.m. game. So I have to make a decision before it. Well, I thought that you have... Don't you have... I thought you had Penny as well. Or do you not have Penny's clan? Should I pick up Dillon? Yes, I would pick up Dillon. I mean, it depends on who you're dropping. Why is Tyson Williams not getting reps? Do you think they will trade him? I don't know. I think that he could definitely be traded. I think he could be traded, yeah. To be honest with you. But I think it makes more sense if a team like Tampa Bay trades away Ronald Jones. I think there's more value in Ronald Jones. But maybe not. Maybe they like Tyson Williams more. Bateman or Julio? Bateman. Bench one, standard scoring. Hubbard, Patterson, Elijah Mitchell, and Devontae Booker. I would go with, in standard scoring, I would go with Chuba Hubbard there. By the way, do you have your 5 bold predictions for the week? Not yet, Seclan. I promise you, I will get it. I will get it. I agree with Seclan is worth it. Though my wife got mad, I woke up early Sunday morning to tell her Tyler. That's funny. You guys are funny. You guys are a treat. Godwin, Woods, Waddle. Which two should I start? I would go with. For me personally, I would go with Godwin, and honestly, I have Waddle higher this week. Should I pick up Dillon or Penny this week? Personally, I like Penny because I think. Okay, here's my reasoning behind Rashad Penny, and I know that I've seen the YouTube comments, people saying, "Oh, bro, like, why would you say that Rashad Penny's been injured?" Okay, here's why I say it. I really don't think Chris Carson's going to come back this year. Okay, honestly, I really don't think that Chris Carson's going to come back this year. I think. They just paid him an extension. The neck injury is something that's obviously been happening now for a few weeks. It wasn't just like this happened the week prior. Like, they've been toning down his snaps now for a little bit. So it's been kind of like an ongoing thing. I've looked at what the fantasy doctor said, Pro Football Doc have said, and they just don't think that they think that if they can get it down, like, he'll obviously play, but they don't know if it's going to be like a reoccurring thing. It could very well be a reoccurring thing. So I think that there's a decent chance he could get shut down for the season and not come back. So me personally, I think that there's a lot of potential there for Rashad Penny if that happens. I know that he's been banged up in his career, but let's not forget the guy's a first-round draft pick, and he's shown flashes previously in his career. Like, if you look at the film in the very, very, very limited amount of playtime that he has had, he's shown flashes. Titans #1 beat reporter just released a statement that a deal is going to be done next week. Oh my gosh. Okay. Timeout. If this is true, I need to pause this real quick. I need to pause this stream. I need to go pick him up in my 2-quarterback league because I absolutely need somebody right now. I need somebody so bad in my 2-quarterback league. I'm starting awful players. So I need to stop this real quick. Take a tiny break here. I need to pick him up real quick. I need to just pick him up. I need to get this out of the way. So I apologize to everybody that I'm putting on hold real quick. I promise I'll answer your questions. Just let me pick him up real quick. I need him. I need him in my 2-quarterback league. It is so bad. It's so bad right now. It is downright awful. I'm literally starting Taylor Heineke and Zach Wilson this week. That's how bad it has gotten. It's hideous. So let me pick him up. I needed to drop. Literally, I had to play Geno Smith this past week. I had to play Geno Smith. That's how bad it is in my 2-quarterback league. I tried a different strategy this year. Usually I wait on quarterbacks a little bit, but like this year what I had to do is I really should pick him up in this league, but there's nobody to drop on my team right now. I can't drop anybody. Like, okay, here are my options. Would you drop any of these guys for let me ask you guys this. All right? Would you drop any of these guys? Ooh, you know what? I could probably do this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just see what happens here with Watson. I'm going to pick him up instead of Derek Carr because Derek Carr, I'm just streaming him this week. And then come game day, hopefully I'm able to do a trade and then pick up Derek Carr again. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right. I'm good. There we go. I got it. Anyone in the stream hates me now. All right. Yeah, literally, my 2-quarterback league it's brutal. It's pretty brutal. I try to just absolutely wait last minute until quarterbacks. I thought I'd be okay with some rookie quarterbacks, and it has not worked out whatsoever. It's awful. It is awful. Florida Gators is going to start Rojo. Rojo? You're starting Rojo? John McClain and Mark Bierman reported this today, and they are plugged in all things Texans and Houston reporters. It's definitely a legit story. Penny or Ronald Jones? For me, I would go with Penny. Who would you keep long term? Watson. Hey, if he plays, I'm gonna fire him up. I'm starting trash. I'll literally had to start Geno Smith. That's how bad it is right now. But then I got guys like I have Alvin Kamara. I have DeAndre Swift. I have Aaron Jones in that league. I have Ridley, who's been disappointing. But like the rest of my team is stacked, but my quarterbacks are atrocious. And I figured I could maybe get by, and it has not worked out at all. All right, so okay, we're going to get back to it. But real quick, before I get into it, I'm going to start firing through these rapid fire. If you haven't already, make sure you do me a favor. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you're over on YouTube. Also, if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. You get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to the link tree. The link tree will take you over to the YouTube channel. So come on over. Not as busy. Get your questions answered. And if you're on YouTube right now and I'm not answering your questions, which I'm going to fire through these questions right now. You see Seclan talking in chat. You'll also see other people talking in chat. sign up to be a member. You can see Stream Elements. They'll send out a link here shortly if they already did. Also, down in the description, you can click. There's a link down in the description for the video. Click the link, sign up. There's different tiers that you can get. You unlock different things, but the number one thing that you get is priority in chat. I will 100% answer your questions. All right, so let's get back to it. Wait, you have Kamara and Aaron Jones? How? Because it's a 2-quarterback league. So, like, while everybody was going for quarterbacks, and listen, it definitely has not worked out. Believe me, it has not worked out at all. Because I'm stuck with Zach Wilson. I have Trey Lance, so there's some hope there. Taylor Heineke, okay, those are my quarterbacks that I have right now. So it has not worked out at all right? At all. But, yeah, I'm stacked everywhere else. It's just my quarterbacks are absolutely atrocious. Miles Sanders or Jacoby Myers? I would go with Miles Sanders. Is Judy or Sutton going to be back when Judy is back? Is Judy or Sutton going to be back? Like, who do I'd rather have? Like, I'd rather have Sutton for a little bit, and then Judy as the season progresses. I think it's going to take him a little bit to get back up to where he was. Start Booker or Connor? For me, Connor. Tyler Boyd, Robbie Anderson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Which two should I start? I would go with Robbie Anderson, and I would go with I would still go with Tyler Boyd there. JD or Mitchell? I would go with Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell. Cordell, Chuba, Daryl picked 2, so I would go with Darrell Williams and Cordell Patterson as long as it's PPR. Yes, it is PPR. DeAndre Swift or Jonathan Taylor? For me, DeAndre Swift. Is Penny going to play? Yeah, I think Penny will play this week. Start Booker. I already got that one. Who would you rather keep long term? Damian Williams, Khalil Herbert, or Michael Carter? I would rather go with Michael Carter. Jeff Wilson is on my waivers as well. I don't like Jeff. I wouldn't go for him. My main 2 guys were Rashad Penny. So out of all those guys, I would go with Michael Carter. Healthy, already had his bye. Definitely they're getting him more involved. His volume has been going up every single week. His snaps have been going up every single week. So, yeah, definitely him. Would you keep Hunter Renfrow, Kadarius Toney, Devontae Parker, or Julio long term? For me, Devontae Parker. There are talks about Deshaun Watson going to Miami. Yes. So that's what people have been saying in chat. So I need to really look at this. Is Will Fuller a good pickup if Watson goes to Miami? Absolutely. Will Fuller comes into play again. This is what I would do right now. If Deshaun Watson does come back and play, all right? Well, first what I would do with these reports right now is if you're in a 2-quarterback or super flex league, what I would do is 100% go out and add Deshaun Watson. Unless you're absolutely stacked at the top. Like, I would still add him and then just trade him away or something. But I would absolutely go out and pick him up. And if you're in a 1-quarterback, like, redraft league, like, pick him up if you need help. If you have a guy that you're starting, like, don't worry about trying to drop somebody or whatever. But, yeah, that's what I would do. Tyler, did you watch the Cowboys and Pats going, and who did you go for? Honestly, I don't like either one of them. But I have Cowboy players, so I was rooting for Cowboys, I guess. But I don't like either one. Just snatch Watson. There you go. Sutton, Antonio Brown, or Chris Godwin. For me, I would go with, out of all of them, I would go with AB. No, I would go with Chris Godwin. I have Chris Godwin higher. Carter, Mitchell, JD, or Collins? Mitchell for me. Sutton, Antonio Brown, or Chris Godwin? Chris Godwin. Is D-Hop and Devontae enough for Tyreek? Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're probably going to take it, but I would send it. Full send. Just got Waddle this week. If Deshaun comes back, I'm going to be hyped, but I also got Cooks. So that's going to be interesting, though, because then they're probably going to have to send Tua. If that trade does happen, I imagine that they're going to have to send Tua to Houston, which would be an upgrade for Brandon Cooks, honestly, and just for that whole team in general. That would be an upgrade for that team. I'd imagine that's what they're going to have to send. Will Will Fuller okay, here's the thing with Will Fuller, right? I like Will Fuller, but this is the biggest thing with Will Fuller. Last year, he was very good with Deshaun Watson, but I hate to say it, he was on PEDs, okay? He was on PEDs. His first time in his career, he actually stayed healthy, and the reason being was he's on PEDs. Now he's off of it. He's already hurt. He's been hurt in training camp. He's already been placed on IR. I like Will Fuller, but I don't think he's going to stay healthy for the full season. That's the issue with Will Fuller. Pick up Deshaun. I would pick up Deshaun. Williams or Case Keenum? Wait, Brandon Williams. Case Keenum? I mean, who are you asking? Case Keenum or who? Have Stafford as QB, smart to grab Watson. I mean, it depends on who you're dropping. I wouldn't drop anybody because this is all maybe going to happen, so we'll see. Need to save that snippet of you going, no way, you better delete that. Do I need to make any trades? I have Kyler, Tyreek, Johnson, or Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, Wooler, Kamara, and Cordell Patterson. So, no, I think your team's pretty solid. I would just leave it as is, honestly. As long as it's PPR, I keep Patterson, yeah. Start Stevenson or Bernard? Ooh, that's rough. I would go with Stevenson. Tight ends, we have Jawan Johnson, Cole Kmet, Tunyon, Njoku. Not much there. I would just go with the best offense, and that's going to be Robert Tunyon. I know it has not been great, but really I don't like those other options as well. But there is a 2-for-1 trade. D. Williams and Alex Collins for Pitts. It helps me free up a bench spot. Yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't do that, honestly, for Pitts. I would just keep it as is. Who's your starting tight end? Andres. Just drop T.Y. for Watson. Yeah, I think that's good. Do you think Sutton will continue to perform? Someone told me to sell high on him. No, I would keep him because here's the thing with Jerry Jeudy is coming back, but this is a high ankle sprain, okay? High ankle sprains are no joke. You see players all the time really hampered by them for the rest of the season. So I don't think that Jerry Jeudy's just going to come back in and be the number one wide receiver. I think he's going to I think that both of them can coexist, but I think right now Sutton's been getting it done. Sutton should have had a monster week last week. A monster week. But Teddy Bridgewater missed him on some throws. I wouldn't be getting rid of Sutton right now. No. Myles Gaskin or Ronald Jones? Myles Gaskin. Do I start Devontae Freeman or Jamison Crowder for flex? If you have, what's his face? If he's out, Latavius Murray's out, I would go with Devontae Freeman. Otherwise, I would just go with Jamison Crowder. Who should I start? Deontay Johnson or Antonio Gibson? Well, Deontay Johnson's on bye week, so Antonio Gibson. Case Keenum or Cam Newton? Oh, what? Cam Newton. What is Cam Newton doing? Is he playing for somebody now? Did I miss this news? I thought that they were possibly thinking about maybe giving him a tryout. Oh, okay, so yeah, the Seahawks, that's who I saw. That they're thinking about it because Cam got this vaccine. Do you like Mo Alex Cox? Yes, I like him this week. I traded Locket for Woods. Was that good? I mean, I'd rather have Locket personally. Schultz. Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that trade then, Andres. I would just pick up Tunyon and hope for the best. Myles Gaskin or Ronald Jones? Or Myles Gaskin, I'm sorry. Someone dropped Miles Sanders last week, and I want to get him, but my waivers priority sucks. Hey, still try to get him. Hey, Tyler. Yo, what's up, Wyatt? Jonathan Taylor is Swift. I was already knowing your answer, judging. Yeah, I would go. Okay, as long as it's PPR, I would go with DeAndre Swift this week. I would go with Swift. My friend told me that Antonio Gibson. My friend told me to trade Antonio Gibson for Miles Sanders. I don't think that that's bad, to be honest with you. I'm worried for Antonio Gibson season long. I am definitely worried for Antonio Gibson. He's not somebody I really like heading. I didn't really like heading a whole lot heading into the season. Not somebody that I really like. I would have tried to trade high just because the usage just is not the best for him right now. And then also with the shin injury, that's the biggest concern for me right now. I don't really like him a whole lot. Accept or decline. Just got offered Miles Sanders, Aaron Jones, and Pitts for Kamara and Ertz. I would want the Aaron Jones side. Yep, thank you. You're welcome. How does my team look? We got Brady, Chubb, Jones, DK, Tyreek, Hawkinson, CMC. I think that once your team gets up and healthy, yeah, that team's really solid. Bateman, Callaway, or Jacoby to start this week. For me, I would go with Jacoby. Trade Adams for Kamara straight up. PPR, I would want Kamara. How's my team? We got Stafford, Eckler, Mixon, Cup, Diggs, AJ Brown. Have Pollard, Javonte Williams, Emmanuel Sanders. I think that's solid. Yes, I do think that's good, Joe. Should I put Jacoby or Sutton at flex? Sutton for me. Opinions on KC run game. How long do you think Hyde will be out, and is it worth getting Williams? So you mean how long will Clyde be out? Yeah, absolutely. Get Williams. Yes, get Williams. Chris Carson on my waivers. So should I pick up? I got Collins. Honestly, it depends on who you're going to drop, but I mean, I would probably pick him up and just keep him on my bench. But if you're dropping somebody good, then no. Cordell or Ridley, standard scoring. For me, I would go with Ridley. Murray, Herbert, Callaway, pick 2. I would go with Murray, Herbert, Callaway, pick 2. Murray. Who's Murray? I'm drawing a blank. Latavius Murray. So if Latavius Murray goes, I would go him. And then I would go with Callaway personally. Who wins this trade? Gibson and Thielen for Patterson and Devonte Smith. That's close. I'd probably go with Patterson's side. How do you feel about Julio? Don't really like Julio. Didn't like him heading into the season. Don't really like him. And this is a big reason why I didn't. I know that you can't say, well, you can't really predict when a player is going to get hurt. Well, Julio's been banged up for a long time. He's on the wrong side of 30. That's why I don't like Julio a whole lot. He's injury prone right now. Just at this point in his career, too many injuries, has played way too long for on the questionable tag. It's all catching up to him. Should I start Godwin and Chris Carson for Patterson? Should I do Godwin and Chris Carson? No, I wouldn't do that. I just like Godwin. Which side of the trade, Sterling Shepard or Collins and Locket? Wait, what? Sterling Shepard for Collins and Lockett? I would want the Collins side if that's what it is. How do you feel about Julio long-term? Don't really like him a whole lot. Tim Patrick or Jamison Crowder? Tim Patrick. I have Herbert and just picked up Deshaun. Do I trade Herbert? I mean, I would wait. I would definitely wait until this is finalized. Now, if Deshaun actually does get traded, then yeah, I would try to trade one of them. Thoughts on A.J. Brown rest of the year? Top 15? Yes, for me, yes. Dearness Johnson and Antonio Gibson. As long as Antonio plays this week, I would still fire him up. Julio at the schoolyard too much. I traded Julio for Tony last week and got flayed the group chat. Hey, that's decent, although Tony unfortunately got hurt as well. Do you like Sutton? Yes, I like Sutton. Would you keep Hunter Renfrow, Kadarius Toney, Devontae Parker, or Julio Jones season long? For me, honestly, I would go Devontae Parker. Do I trade Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler Higbee for Michael Carter? Yes, I would. I would do that. How's my team 10 to PPR? We got Brady, Kamara, Chuba, Damian Harris, DK, Jefferson, Ertz, Waddle, Bass, Cooper, Bass. I think that's okay. I think that's all right, team. Yeah, I think that's decent. D-Hop and Gaskin for Diggs, who wins. I'd rather have the Diggs side. Do I trade Kenneth Gainwell? And yes, I already got that one. I would do that. Brady or Stafford this week? Leaning Stafford. Yes, I do think I have Stafford a little bit higher. I have Stafford one spot higher. So yes, Stafford. Oh, that's a defense question. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. Thoughts on Kittle rest of the season? All right. I mean, all right. Khalil Herbert, Jarvis Landry, or DK as my flex. I would go with. I would still go with DK, unless you have Damian Williams doesn't play this week. Then I would go with Herbert again. On a side note, Tyler, who are you going for in the World Series? Just curious. Figure you're a Stros fan. Am I a Stros fan? No, I'm not a Stros fan, but I would probably go with them because one of my buddies is a big Yankees fan and he can't stand the Stros. So give me the Astros. Oh no, I thought I had an Astro hat. I don't have an Astro hat. Do you think Javonte Williams eventually takes over that? I really don't know. I think he should, but it's not happening right now, and it is a little bit frustrating. But Melvin Gordon hasn't been bad. You know what I mean? Like, why not just keep him, upright, keep him good, keep him fresh, and just keep riding out Melvin Gordon? Real quick, I want to say, if you haven't already, smash that like button. We're at 43 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're over on TikTok right now, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. I'm trying to answer all the questions I can. So come on over. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to Linktree. Linktree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, Linktree, YouTube channel. Come on over. Also, if you're on YouTube and on there answering your questions, I'm trying to get through as many as possible. Believe me. What you can do is you can see Stream Elements. They are posting a link to sign up to be a member. You can see Ozai in chat right now. Ozai has a green name tag. He also has a little emblem, a badge. They get priority in chat. So if you want to ensure you get your questions answered, that's the best way to do it. You 100% will get your questions answered. Also, you have Super Chats available. 100%, I will answer your question right away with Super Chats. So sign up to be a member, get your questions answered. Also, Super Chats available to ensure you get your questions answered. All right, let's get back to it. Ertz or Goddard? For me, I would go with Goddard. McLaurin or Godwin? I have McLaurin. Do I trade Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler Higbee for Michael Carter? Yes, I would do that 100%. Is DeAndre Swift for Gibson and Woods a fleece? Is getting Swift for... Yes, I would absolutely do that. Hawkinson and Corey Davis and Madison for Woods, Goddard, and Higgins? Personally, I would keep the Hawkinson side. Do you think that Gibson missing week 7? Probably yes. Yes. I do think he might miss this week. Trade? No, I got that one. 12-team league. We got Brady, Zeke, Dalvin, McLaurin, Sutton, Kelsey, Devonte Smith. What do you think? I think that's really solid. I'm going to keep a league. I have Kamara. I have Adams, Kamara, and Henry. What two do I keep? Well, I mean, like for next year already? I mean, I would keep the running backs personally. Do I trade Kenneth Gainwell? No, I already got that one. McLaurin or Godwin? McLaurin. How much does it cost to be a member? So there's different tiers. So if you want to become a member, just click on the link and it'll take you to like the different tiers. So there's like a $3 tier, a $6 tier, and then a $10 tier. You unlock different things. You get like, you know, rankings for some of the tiers, but the main thing is you get priority in chat. And then you can also come on the Aspire Sports Show at some time. We'll work out a date, but that's like for the $10 one. But there's different tiers, different things that you unlock. So just click on the link and it'll show you everything. You're not being taken to sign up right away. You have, you know, the ability to look at it all. All right, so let's keep going through. Alex Collins, if he plays, or Devontae Booker. So I mean, I would go with Alex Collins if you know he plays. Ask me again on Sunday when we'll have a better idea. Do I start Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler Higbee? No, I already got that one. Yes, I would trade Julian. I would do that trade, yes. Corey Davis or Tim Patrick this week? I'm still going with Corey Davis. Should I trade A.J. Brown and Javonte for Mike Williams? Yeah, I would probably... honestly, I probably wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't. Deshaun Watson traded this week? We'll see. We'll see. There's rumors going around. We'll see if it happens. Hey, like, okay, it would make sense, all right? Because Brian Flores is probably going to lose his job, all right? He's probably going to lose his job. So it makes sense to pull out all the cards now. Hey, if I'm going to lose my job, I might as well go out swinging, and it makes sense to try to get Deshaun Watson. Because if you get fired and Deshaun Watson, you know, ends up having all this legal stuff actually happen with him, well, you screwed the franchise and you got fired. So you probably don't care at that point. You know what I mean? Do you think that, let me see, Bateman or Gage? Bateman. Should I trade Chase Edmonds? I would keep him. Felton or Dillon? Dillon. Do I trade Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler Higbee for, yes, Julian, I would do that trade. I would do that trade, yes. Felton and Dillon. Dillon, AJ Dillon. My other option is just take the L. I'm 5-1 in the league and probably won't drop Dallas. I asked that again, Andres. Where is Saquon ranked if he's playing this week? Saquon, if he's playing this week, I mean, Saquon for me would be, he'd probably be inside my top 5, to be honest with you. He'd probably be right ahead of DeAndre Swift, so he'd be at 5, is most likely where I would be putting him. Cooks or Jacoby? Worried about Cooks against Arizona. I would fire up Cooks personally. Is Damian Williams playing? Not sure yet. We'll know. We'll know later in the week. W or L lineup. Josh Allen, James Robinson, Damian Harris, Diggs, Kirk, Goddard. I'm 0-6. Oh man, that is rough. I mean, like some of those guys have been disappointing so far, but I think that your lineup's not bad. I think that you can definitely turn it around. But 0-6 is a pretty big hole to dig yourself out of. Traded Cordell Patterson and Pitts for Austin Eckler, W or L. Have Gronk for Pitts replacement. Yeah, I like that. I like that trade. McKissick or Mitchell, because Gibson is looking like he ain't playing this week. I would go with, personally, if it's PPR, I would go with McKissick. Otherwise, Mitchell. as long as Gibson doesn't play. Saquon or DJ Moore. So if Saquon suits up, I would still go with Saquon. I don't think he's going to play this week, though. How do you think James Conner will do this week? I like James Conner this week. For me, I think he's a top 15 running back. I mean, that's large in part due to running back being so hideous. Okay, he's a top 17 running back for me this week. Waddle or Myers? Waddle. Waddle or Myers? Waddle. How do you think James Conner? I already got that one. Should I trade Chase Edmonds away? No, I wouldn't. I would try to be trading for Chase Edmonds right now. Terrell Williams, Chuba Hubbard, or Miles Sanders at RB2 this week? For me, Terrell Williams. Tua getting traded? Tua will get traded. So is this heating up right now? Like, what's going on? Because I really should probably pull up Twitter here and see what exactly is happening here. Unless this already happened. No. Okay, so they haven't reported this yet. So it actually hasn't happened yet, right? With Deshaun Watson, it's just kind of like rumors that's being spread around right now. Tim Patrick or Brandon Ayuk this week? Tim Patrick. Henderson and Waller for Kamara? No, I wouldn't do that. Sutton or Deontay? Well, Deontay doesn't play this week unless you're talking season long Deontay, but this week, obviously, Sutton. Who's more droppable? Devonte Smith, OBJ, or Marquise Brown? I really wouldn't want to drop any one of them. If I had to pick one, I would say OBJ because that whole offense is just so hurt right now. Who should I start at flex? Marquise Callaway or Khalil Herbert? At flex this week, I would go with Marquez Callaway unless Damian Williams doesn't play, then Khalil Herbert. Do I trade Kenneth Gainwell? Yes. Julian, do the trade. Yes, get Michael Carter. Pick 2. We got DJ Moore, Debo, Samuel, Ridley. So I would go with, personally, I would go with DJ Moore and Ridley. Hey, Terry R. with the $2 donation. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Terry R. We got trade Mixon, Deontay, Mitchell for Najee and Debo. Ooh, that's a good trade. I probably would do that trade, yes. I would want Najee Harris side. Absolutely. I think that Najee can be a top 5 running back for the rest of the season. I honestly think that there's RB1 potential there with Najee Harris, to be completely honest with you, because of his workload is so massive and he's seeing so many receptions right now in PPR leagues. So, yes, I would do that trade. And appreciate the $2 donation from Terry. 2, we're going to the Washington football team, Texans or Broncos. I would love to see him going to the Washington football team. I would love that. Do you like Damian Harris rest of the season? Yes. Just rumors. Okay. Do I pick up Stevenson? I mean, it depends on who you're dropping. Cooks and Gibson for JT? Yes, I would do that trade. Gibson and Cooks for JT? Yes. Should I start Ridley over Debo Samuel if I already have Patterson starting? Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I would go with Ridley over Debo personally. D-Hop and Javonte Williams for Diggs. Already taken this week as a loss because of bye week playing. It doesn't really matter. Super worried about. Yeah, I mean, I would do that. I would probably do that trade. It's close, though. Start DK or Hollywood. Geno has played poorly, so I think DK would do well. I would still go with DK, but it is close. If you want to go with Hollywood, go for it. If I pick up Tunyon, I need to drop 2 for a quarterback, too. Who would you drop? Half-point PPR. We got Carter, Herbert, Alex Collins, Rashad Bateman. Ooh. Got to drop one of those guys for a quarterback. Ugh. I mean, I would hold out as long as possible. And if you have Damian Williams playing this week, then I would probably just drop Khalil Herbert. I'd imagine a time split there. And playing Tampa Bay, I don't want any part of them. Who's the Washington quarterback this week? I'm pretty sure it's still Taylor Heineke, right? Who to start? Shepard, Mooney, Rashad Bateman. Shepard. Who should I drop? Connor for Kittle. Should I drop Connor for Kittle? Yeah, I would. Well, there's nobody else. I probably would do that, but I wouldn't feel good about it. Should I trade Sterling Shepard, Chase Edmonds, and Claypool for Cortland Sutton, Miles Sanders, and Jerry Jeudy? Yeah, I would do that trade. Start 3, Saquon, Aaron Jones, Darrell Henderson, DJ Moore. I would go with Aaron Jones. If Saquon plays, I would play him, and then Henderson is what I would do. Obviously, if Saquon doesn't play, then sit him. Who's winning this week? Broncos or Browns? I honestly think Broncos are going to win this week. With just Cleveland, they're so banged up. It would be impressive if Cleveland won. Callaway or Booker this week? For me, I would go with Booker. Should I trade Najee and Keenan Allen for A.J. Brown and CMC? I'm 5-1. I'll probably do that, yeah. Who to start? Shepard, Mooney, Bateman. I would go with Shepard. Rest of the season, Miles Sanders or Elijah Mitchell? I'm still going to go with I'm going to go with Miles Sanders there. Someone dropped David Montgomery in my league, but I need all my running backs this week. Should I pick him up and take a 0? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pick him up. I wouldn't do that. Do I drop Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler Higbee for Michael Carter? I already have Travis Kelce. Yes. I already answered this one so many times, and I keep reading it. Should I drop Herbert for Stevenson? No, I wouldn't do that. Thanks, man. Love seeing the content. Hey, you're welcome. No problem, Bailey. You're welcome. Let me get a whole week win or loss for each team, please. Let me get a whole week win or loss for each team, please. I mean, go ahead and start asking me something. I'll tell you if they're going to win. Should I pick up Felton? Is it worth having Herbert? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pick up Felton. I wouldn't worry. Yeah. Tyler, hear me out. Deshaun to Pittsburgh, or you holding out for Rodgers? I mean, I've already said this. If I'm Pittsburgh, I would 100% trade for Deshaun Watson, okay? Well, I guess it is a little tricky with the whole legal situation. But, okay, here's what I said this. I've said this before, okay? If Deshaun Watson didn't have the whole legal thing, what do you guys think? Do you think that Deshaun Watson is worth 4 first-round draft picks for, like, the next 4 years? To me, personally, absolutely. Like, this is if he does, like, a sign-and-trade type of thing where you sign him to a long contract and you have him for, like, the next decade, 100%. Deshaun Watson is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So you're telling me that you would rather have 4 first-round draft picks that chances are you're probably going to hit on half of them, especially if you're Pittsburgh Steelers, because the Pittsburgh Steelers can't draft in the first round. Their first-round draft picks have been Terrell Edmonds, Jarvis Jones. They drafted Artie Burns, right? Like, their first-round draft picks have been bad. Bud Dupree. Like, I'd much rather have a surefire thing in Deshaun Watson, a quarterback that you're going to have for a decade, than have 4 first-round draft picks. Like, 100%. I would love for them to get Deshaun Watson, but right now it's a tricky situation with the whole legal thing. That just makes it, like, so iffy right now. Should I stash Watson? Yeah, I mean, I would, personally. What should I do? Drop Saints D, Packers, or Cowboys? I would drop Packers defense. I'll fire up the Saints D this week. Trade to get CMC. I mean, it depends on what you're giving up. I'm 1-5. I traded Kelce and Diggs for CD, Mixon, Terry. What do you think? I mean, I think that's okay, especially if you need to win right now. My opponent has Brady, so should I be starting Mike Evans and Godwin over DK? Yeah, I would still go them. I would go with Mike Evans. I have to drop 2 for tight end and quarterback. That's why I'm trading for Pitts. Would free up a QB spot. Okay, so I get what you're saying now, Andres. All right. Yeah, so I guess I would do that. Is Watson likely to play this year? I mean, if he gets traded, I envision him playing. Yeah, I think he would play then. But does he actually get traded? I know that these are all rumors. If he gets traded, then yeah, I do think he plays. I don't think he's hurt. I just think he's holding out right now. They don't really want to play him because they want to try to trade him as well. So it's kind of like a situation where Deshaun doesn't want to play for Houston, so he doesn't want to play. And Houston doesn't want to force Deshaun to play because they want him as trade bait. Is Henry the number 1 pick next year? We'll see. But he's looking like it. Yeah, absolutely. Swift, Metcalf, or Scary Terry? Swift. Should I drop Saints D, Packers D, or Cowboys D? Packers D for me. What's up, Ty? What's going on, Tyler, mods, and all the fantasy football heads? Hey, what's up, J4? What's doing? Well, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? So yeah, with Hunter or with Derrick Henry right now, I mean, absolutely he's looking, but like, gosh, can he really continue to like see 30 plus touches a game? Like he's on pace for over 400 rushing attempts this year. It's disgusting. Like really we don't see him getting hurt at some point. To me, it's just, man, I get he's a freak of nature, but like at some point he has to break down. Like it just can't keep happening like this. I can't see it keep happening. It's just crazy. Patterson or Patterson or RB, Browns RB this week. Patterson for me. Would you trade DK and MT for Cup? Yes, I would. Trade Kelsey for CMC and pick up Hunter Henry. I would do that, yeah. Do you think this person will accept this trade? Julio, Locket, Madison for CD and Najee? No, they won't. I don't think they will. Pick 2. Gainwell, Alex Collins, Khalil Herbert, Sterling Shepard, Odell, and Christian Kirk. So I would go with Sterling Shepard, and then I would go with if Damian Williams is out again, I would go with Khalil Herbert. Otherwise, I would probably go with Alex Collins if he plays. And if none of those happen, I would go with Christian Kirk. Would you trade DK? And yes, I already did that one. Yes, I would. Take in CMC at first is a risk every year because he can't stay healthy. Yeah, it is what it is. What do you think CMC is going to play again? I think after he comes back from IR, I think he'll play. What quarterback should I get off of waivers? Both Lamar and Carr have a bye week. So I would drop Carr for one of them, unless it's like a 2-quarterback league. I've been busy with work and my son. Hey, no problem. J5? That's his name? J5? You're J4, he's J5. Hey. No worries. I feel you. Got real life stuff is more important than streaming. Hey, I totally get it. No worries there. All right. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button if you're over on YouTube. Also hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok right now, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile. Go to the link tree. The link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do, once again, is click on my profile. Go to the link tree. The link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over. Falcons or Dolphins defense? I'm honestly probably going to go with the Dolphins defense. Don't feel great about it. Also, if I'm not answering your questions, believe me, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. You can become a member. All you got to do is go down in the description. In the description, you'll see a little link. It will take you over to the membership to sign up to be a member. There's different tiers, different things that you unlock. But the number one thing, the most important thing with becoming a member is you get priority in chat. I will answer your question 100% as soon as it pops up. Also, super chats are available if you want your questions answered. So super chats and memberships, you'll see stream elements. They'll be talking about it. So would you drop Allen Robinson for Jalen Waddle standards? That's where we're at, huh? That's honestly where we're at. I probably would do it. Yeah. Should I trade Bateman and drop Steelers defense? Should I add? Yeah, honestly, I would do that. I mean, okay. Falcons or Dolphins? I think Dolphins win. Hey, man, I just want to say enjoy your content. Keep up the great work. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you. What's your thoughts on Chuba Hubbard? I like Chuba Hubbard this week. Fire him up. If that's what you're asking. Alex Collins or Tim Patrick? I would go with Alex Collins. As long as it looks like he's going to play. I guess we won't really know. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, then I would probably go with Tim Patrick. I think he's going to play this week, but yeah. Super Bowl prediction. So for my Super Bowl prediction, I'm honestly just going to go with, I think it's going to be the Buffalo Bills, and I think it's going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dark horse is definitely, I mean, they've been my dark horse all season long. You can go back and check the vids. But the Cardinals were my dark horse. I don't think that they're really a dark horse anymore, but definitely a team that could easily get in as well. Giants or Panthers? For me, I'm going to go with Panthers. Actually, I'm going to go with the Giants this week. I think the Giants are going to, I think Daniel Jones is going to show up this week. You think, actually, I'm going to take Carolina, but if Saquon comes back this week, then the Giants. You think this person will accept Dawson Knox and Melvin Gordon for Kyle Pitts? Probably not. Honestly, they probably won't take that trade. With Dawson Knox being hurt, probably not. Who to start? Shepard, Mooney, or Bateman? Shepard for me. Rate my team. Brady, Mixon, Patterson, Keenan, Woods, Sutton, Waller. I think the team's really good. What would I give it? I would say like a B+. Should I should I start Damian Harris, Elijah Mitchell, Mike Davis, or Dearness Johnson? Love Mike Davis this week. Fire up Mike Davis. Drop Gainwell. I think he's droppable. Yes. I picked up Deshaun Watson, and I'm not ashamed of it at all. If he plays, then he'll immediately. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you have a moral compass when it comes to fantasy football, hey, kudos to you. Me personally, no, I want to win. I want to win football. Okay, I want to win. If he's available to play, I'm going to play him. That is what it is. If people don't like that, hey, I play fantasy football to win. So I'm picking up Deshaun Watson. If he plays, absolutely, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback. He's a stud at fantasy football. Trade Locket. Depends. It depends on who you can get, but I mean, I think his value is really low. I would just probably hold on to him. JT or DeAndre Swift? What up, Aspire Sports is the best. I would go with DeAndre Swift. In PPR. Who should I drop? Rams D or Colts D? I would drop Colts D. Scary Terry and Connor for Jamar Chase. Who wins this trade? I would take Jamar Chase, honestly. He looks like a stud. Gainwell and pick up Stevenson? Yes, I would. Should I trade Holiday, Connor, Mike Davis for Swift? Absolutely. All he has is Swift. Give me DeAndre Swift. Tyler, you're still rocking with Tua over Matty Ice or Bridgewater? Yeah, I would still go with Tua personally. I would go with I would go with Tua Tagovailoa. Unless the trade comes out, then obviously not. But I would still rock with Tua because he should be getting. Hopefully, he gets Devontae Parker back this week. Sterling Shepard or Corey Davis? Sterling Shepard for me. What to do with Julio Jones? Don't like Julio. Time for my defense rankings for the week. I can't think of the word. I can't think of how to say it right now. Okay, so you want my top defenses this week? I'm going to give you my top 10, all right? Here's my top 10. Arizona, Los Angeles Rams, New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Denver. Actually, I'm going to move Denver up now. I got to move Denver. I got to adjust this real quick because of Baker and really everybody being out. So for me, I'm going to put Denver up at defense number 5 this week. So Arizona, Rams, New England. Honestly, I'm going to put Denver ahead of. Now that I'm thinking about it as well, I gotta redo this a little bit, but I gotta kind of adjust this on the fly here for right now. I'm putting Denver at number 4. So Arizona, Los Angeles Rams, New England, Denver, New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Baltimore, Indianapolis. Those are my top defenses for this week. Thoughts on Bateman? I like Bateman. I think he's really good. Man, never reads my comments. Am I mute? Hey, I'm trying. What was your question? Should I start Hollywood Connor? No, I already got you. I answered your question. I said, yes, you should do that trade. Yes. And once again, quick plug. The best way to get your questions answered is signing up to be a member or super chat. That's the best way. But I already answered your question. I answered it. I know for a fact I answered it. Top 5 quarterbacks this week. Yeah, sure. I'll give you my top 5 quarterbacks. Here you go. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford. Top 5 quarterbacks. And if you want all my rankings, become a member. That's all you got to do. Become a member. You get my rankings. Get into a Discord chat where you get your questions answered, that kind of stuff. I'm going to go live here for a little bit longer. I'm going to go live for about till 5:15 is when I'm going to go live till. McKissick or Shepard? If Antonio Gibson's out, give me McKissick, otherwise Shepard. What are your thoughts on Gainwell? My bench, not sure what to do with him. I would drop him personally. Would you drop Ayuk for Deshaun Watson? I probably would, yes. I would. You like Darnell Mooney or Ty Hilton or Amon-Ra St. Brown this week? Out of all of them, give me I gotta double check this. I might say Amon-Ra St. Brown, but maybe not. I'd probably go with T.Y. if he plays, though. I'll go with T.Y. if he plays. No, I have Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney. Look at that. All of them. Darnell Mooney is who I would go. You play Madden on Twitch? No, I don't. Wyatt. Oh, there's Wyatt. I saw that. Mitchell, safe bet? Yes. I like him. You like Darrell? Oh, no, I already got that one. Titans or Chiefs? For me, I have the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. Brandon Cooks and Carter. For Ridley, I got Cooks and Carter. Yeah, I would do that trade. For Ridley? Yeah. I would do that trade. Should I pick up Robbie Anderson off of waivers? My drop options are A.J. Dillon and Myles Gaskin. No, I wouldn't personally. I know that he's seeing a decent target share, but I just think that he sucks. Okay, if I had to drop one, I wouldn't do it because with this news, like if Deshaun Watson does go to Miami, that gives Myles Gaskin an upgrade there. And then Alex Collins, I mean, you could have Chris Carson out for season. So I wouldn't do it. Top 5 quarterbacks. I already read it off, but I'll rate them again. All right, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford. Those are my top 5 quarterbacks. Who should be my flex? Julio, Locket, Devontae Booker, Melvin Gordon. Out of one of them, I would go with Devontae Booker as long as what's-his-face doesn't play this week. Eagles, Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. When Judy comes back, does that help take the pressure off of Sutton? I mean, sure, but I think that it is going to lower his ceiling a tiny bit with Sutton, but I think it's going to take Judy a little bit of time to really get back up to speed. I have Ridley. Yeah, I would want Ridley in that trade. When is Michael Thomas back, and should I buy low on him? So I saw something that he's not coming back until like week 8 or 9 is when he's probably going to be coming back. Should I get payment off of waivers for Dylan? I would. Andrew, I have Ridley. Oh, okay, so you have Ridley. So you're getting Michael Carter? I feel like you could do a better trade than that, personally. Waddle or Myers? For me, Waddle. Would you drop Rondell Moore and pick up Gallup? Yes, I would do that. No other defenses available. Philly, okay. Yeah, sure. Don't feel great about it. I really don't like Philly this week. What about some of these defenses available? Is the New York Giants available? I would go with the Las Vegas Raiders over them. What about Miami? Green Bay? Those are defenses I would go. Is Sanders a bust this year? I mean, I could have told you that early in the season that I didn't really like him a whole lot, but I will say that I didn't like him because I didn't think he was going to be used in the passing game, but he's being used. Like, his usage right now is really good. I think that there's going to be better days ahead for Miles Sanders, and it gets easier starting this week. So, honestly, I would try to trade for him. Jets and Pats. Pats for me. I'll go with Pats. Do the Dolphins become a threat to win the AFC with Watson? No. Their defense is nowhere near there yet. No. Is Alex Collins going to play this week? I wonder if I should get Rashad, but I need a running back to start this week. So I would pick up Rashad Penny, and then I would start Alex Collins. That way, if he doesn't play, swap him out for Rashad Penny, who should be this week. If Michael Thomas plays this week, is he worth a start? Or would you? I would wait for him. Like his first week back. I wouldn't fire him up yet. I mean, maybe this week, though, because it's so brutal. I'd probably start him this week, yeah. Chuba for Goddard and Kirk? Yeah, I would do that. Traquan Smith, get him or don't get him. I wouldn't get him. I wouldn't get him. Also, when do you think Damian Williams is going to come back? I think this week he should be back. I got offered Zeke, McLaurin, and Waddle for Kamara, Patterson, and Godwin. I get the AK side. Yeah, I would do that. You know, a good running back waivers to pick up this week best. I'm working with Jamal Williams. Depends on who's like. Send me some of the top guys that are available this week. Antonio Gibson or J.D. McKissick. J.D. McKissick. Where do you value Carter? For me, where is Carter this week? Where do I have him ranked? Carter this week, like for this week, I have him as RB26. RB26 this week. Who to flex? A.J. Brown, Robert Woods, or Tim Patrick? A.J. Brown. Saints or Seattle Seahawks? I think the Saints will win that one. 2 out of 3. Cooks, Hubbard, Damian Harris. Cooks and Hubbard. Latavius Murray or Michael Carter this week? Hey, look at that. Both right next to each other. Michael Carter for me. So I have Latavius Murray down a little bit because I'm not sure if he plays. If Latavius Murray plays this week, though, I would fire him up. So if Alex Collins is out, which 2 do I start? Khalil Herbert, Josh Jacobs, Rashad Penny. This is tough. So I would definitely go with Josh Jacobs. And then if Damian Williams is out, fire up Khalil Herbert. If he plays, Rashad Penny. Where do you have Dree Archer ranked this week? Yeah, that was a good pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers too, huh? That was a really good pick. Ronald Jones might be traded. Should I stash him? Yeah, I would honestly stash him. I think that there's a legitimate chance he gets traded. Last question. Hey, you're all good. Ask as many questions you want. I don't care. Total score of the Seattle Seahawks game. So what is the over-under right now? What is the... You want the total score or like what is the over-under for that game right now? I don't envision it being that high scoring. What is it, 43.5 or 43 right now? Yeah, I would probably bet, honestly, I'd probably bet the over for that though, honestly. I'd probably bet the over. I'd probably say right around 45 is what I would think. I would say 45. If Saquon doesn't play, I'm screwed. Hopefully he plays this week. Traded Emmanuel Sanders for Miles Sanders. Good. Yes, I like that. Thoughts on A-Rob? Just not going to happen this year for A-Rob, guys. I'm sorry. It's not. Like, this offense does not want to pass the football. They want to run the football. They're definitely a run-first team that wants to be very run-heavy. It's not going to happen this year. And real quick, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube, get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on the profile. The profile will take you to the link tree. The link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. Once again, all you got to do is click on my profile, go to the link tree. The link tree will take you over to the YouTube channel. So back over on YouTube, once again, you'll see Ozai. Ozai right there. I had Google if he was a first rounder. Oh, no. He wasn't a first rounder. He was a third, yes. But yeah, that was a horrible pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers because he was like $170. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, those kind of picks to me are so stupid. But anyways, Ozai here. You can see Ozai. He is officially a member. If you want your questions answered 100%, the best way to get your questions answered is becoming a member. I get your questions. You get priority in chat. I jump to your... Once I see your name pop up, you have a little... Your name is a different color. You have a badge. I jump to your name right away. Also, super chats are available. 100% get your questions answered. All right. Thoughts on D-Hop? I would keep him. I got offered Ridley and Fuller and Michael Thomas for my Mike Evans, D-Hop, and Cole Beasley. Should I accept? No, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to play Latavius Murray because they play all three running backs. Hey, that's fine. If you want to go with somebody else, go for it. 2 quarterbacks, you stashing Watson? Absolutely, Ryan. I picked him up in my 2 quarterback league. Yes, 100%. Does Tyson Williams get traded? I mean, like, I would say Ronald Jones gets traded before Tyson Williams, I would think. Was Pitts and Aaron Jones for Gibson, Godwin, and James Robinson a good trade? Yes, I think that's a good trade. Oh, wait. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's all right. It would be better if you had Gibson wasn't, banged up right now. Dearness Johnson, Elijah Mitchell, Gibson, or Allen Robinson. Out of all those guys, Elijah Mitchell for me. I don't know if I should fire up Higgins this week. Been disappointing every week. Who are your other options, Mario? Depends on your other options. And let me see here. Miami's tight end, Justin Jefferson, Elijah Mitchell. For Green Bay, Thielen, Calvin Ridley, and Jerry Jeudy. No, I wouldn't do that trade, personally. I wouldn't do that. If Barkley plays, should I put Locket or Melvin Gordon at my flex? If Barkley plays, I would honestly still fire up Locket. Should I drop Madison for Cowboys D? No, I wouldn't. Arians got asked about trading Jones and just laughed at the question. Oh, come on. Give us fantasy football a little bit. So it is tough because, like, if you look at, I don't really know who gets traded. I think that there's going to be a running back that will get traded at some point. I think a likely team, okay, is going to be a team, honestly, like the Washington football team, to maybe get one of those guys, but probably not if they don't make a move to get a quarterback. I think their season's going to be basically washed. I just don't see a team really trading for a running back. Like, I was looking at it, and, like, not a whole lot of teams need a running back right now. Unless somebody really gets hurt and goes down. I just think that the Baltimore Ravens right now are content with what they have. Like, I think Chicago Bears are content right now. I just don't see, like, who would be trading for a running back right now. Unless something happens to, like, a big name guy, I guess, like, maybe the Browns, I guess, but I think Nick Chubb comes back next week. I just don't see anybody really getting traded. Should I start Deandre Johnson or Darrell Williams? Darrell Williams for me. Allen Robinson, Waddle, or Woods? Waddle for me. Would you suggest Jalen James Robinson. What you suggest? Josh Allen, James Robinson, Damian Harris, Diggs, Kirk, Goddard, flex Dearness, 14. I mean, I think it's really hard for me to suggest anything, but I think that that lineup's okay. I think it's fine. Who should I trade Mike Evans or Chris Godwin for? I mean, it's really hard for me to say. I would take them in another piece and get like a top tier running back, a really good running back. Should I pick up Cowboys defense? I wouldn't personally. I need 3 out of these guys. So Higgins, Shepard, McKissick, Mitchell, everyone else is on bye. Honestly, I would sit Higgins. I would start the rest of them. Start one, Odell or Christian Kirk. For me, I would go with Christian Kirk. What do you think will get traded first? Marlon Mack, Ronald, or Tyson? I would say out of all of them, probably Tyson Williams. Because I think that Tyson Williams, he's being inactive. Like, Ronald Jones is still active, and he's one injury away from being really relevant, where right now it definitely does not look like this team is trusting Tyson Williams. So personally, maybe him. Marlon Mack is also another guy, but it's like they probably would want Tyson Williams because his contract is cheaper. Tony, the guy in Giants now? No, I'd still rather have Shepard over Tony. All right. I'm going to go live for 3 more minutes and then I'm hopping off. So 5:20, I'm going to hop off. So get your questions answered. Thoughts on Kareem Hunt? I mean, just keep him. It's unfortunate. Just keep him, I guess, unless you absolutely need to drop him. I don't think he's going to be back for a while. Jonathan Taylor and Robert Woods. CMC for Jonathan Taylor and Robert Woods. So if you need to win now, I mean, do it. But if you can wait on CMC, I would wait. Marlon Mack will be traded if I had to put money on it. I would say Tyson Williams, but I mean, I think I could definitely see Marlon Mack as well. Should I trade? Unless, like, it just depends on what teams are willing to offer, what these teams are willing to give up. Like, I just think that, like, Marlon Mack is still getting work in, where Tyson Williams just is the only guy that's being inactive right now. So I could see him. Gesicki or Miles Sanders at flex. Give me Gesicki. Set and forget it for Chuba. Yeah, I would start Chuba every single week that what's-his-face is out. Darrell Williams, Mike Davis, or Alex Collins. For me, I'm going with Darrell Williams. Corey Davis and Waller for Robinson and DeAndre Moore, who wins. I like the Robinson. If that's James Robinson side. Miles Sanders is awful this year. He's been awful, yes. He's been sad. I can't wait. I'm just in a bad spot. I got Montgomery and CMC. Yeah, I mean, if you can try to trade him, like, I just don't think that you'll be able to trade him, though. Sutton and Thielen for Devonte Adams, good trade. Yeah, I would do that trade. I was offered Kupp and Schultz for DJ Moore, and yes, I would do that trade. And Kelsey, I was leaning towards decline. I mean, I would take the DJ Moore side, personally. I traded D-Hop, Gibson, and McKissick for Devonte Adams, Miles Sanders. Did I win this? D-Hop, Gibson, and McKissick for... I like that trade, yes. Carter and Sutton for Waddle and Moss. I get Carter. I only have... Yeah, I would do that trade. I would do that. Do you think Goddard is clearing COVID this week? Yeah, I think he'll clear this week. Should I trade Tannehill and A-Rob for Stafford and Corey Davis? Should I trade Tannehill and A-Rob for Stafford and Corey Davis? Yeah, I would do that. Yes. 1 minute. Actually, I'm gonna prepare to log off. So, if you haven't already, I'm gonna be live tonight. I'll be live tonight around like 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. That's Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified when I go live. Also, if you're over on TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button to get notified when I go live. I'm also going to plan on getting a video out, if I'm able to, tonight as well. I worked on it today. I need to get it out. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow if you're over on TikTok. And appreciate everybody. I'll see you live tonight. Thank you all. And have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys tonight.